Today's top stories at NBR: ANZ's new funds management team head, Briscoe Group sales in August negatively affected, road testing fund managers and more. Coming right up. Kia ora and welcome to NBR Today, a wrap of the day's top business stories from the authority in New Zealand business news since 1970, nbr.co.nz. It's Tuesday, September 14th. I'm Paul Brennan. Thanks again for joining us. A paradigm shift is needed in the way the planning system deals with infrastructure, according to the New Zealand Infrastructure Commission, Te Waihanga. In its submission on the exposure draft of the Natural and Built Environments Bill, Te Waihanga told Parliament's Environment Select Committee that the country faced three urgent challenges requiring it to prioritise infrastructure. One was a significant infrastructure deficit, an estimated $75 billion of new and or upgraded infrastructure long overdue. A second was the climate crisis. New Zealand had an ambitious 2050 target for carbon emissions reduction, but almost no progress has been made achieving this. And a third was the housing crisis, with housing increasingly unaffordable to many and the problem set to be further compounded by the need to provide for a growing population. ANZ has headhunted Jarden's head of direct wealth, Fiona McKenzie, to run its fund management arm. In a statement to the NZDX, ANZ said McKenzie would start as managing director of ANZ Funds Management in January next year, subject to a non-objection from the Reserve Bank. She will also join ANZ's New Zealand leadership team. McKenzie joined Jarden in January 2018 from the New Zealand Super Fund, where she was head of external investments. Future Mobility Solutions has announced a management buyout is underway for its SeaLegs International amphibious boat subsidiary. In a statement to the unlisted market, where its shares are in a trading halt, the company said the deal would involve the sale of a controlling stake to unnamed parties. NBR understands the buyers are likely to include SeaLegs Chief Executive David McKee-Wright and designer Maurice Braham. The two were not immediately available for comment. FMS Chair Eric Series said the buyout proposal was a vote of confidence in New Zealand entrepreneurship and manufacturing. Briscoe Group sales in the final 2 weeks of August were negatively affected by about $17 million due to the impact of the latest lockdowns across New Zealand, and it assumes September would be affected by around the same level. The NZX and ASX-listed homeware and sportswear retailers modelling assumes Auckland will be at level 4 or 3 for the remainder of September, while the rest of the country is at level 2 or 1. It told the market this morning in its half-year results announcement. The company said it expects to be able to produce a full-year net profit after tax above last year's record of $73.2 million and potentially as high as $85 million, assuming the country progresses without any further lockdowns or outbreaks. The sale of a 69% stake in the Māori oil field off Taranaki has been delayed again as the government continues to withhold approval amid controversy over its Crown Minerals decommissioning and other matters bill. Singapore-based Jadestone Energy agreed to buy the Māori stake from OMV for US $50 million in November 2019, but the transaction has been repeatedly pushed back by the absence of sign-off from the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment. The latest announcement from Jadestone on September 8 said the companies had agreed to extend their long stop date to December 31st. The move comes a year after Jadestone said the long stop date had been extended to January 2021. It is frustrating for sure, Jadestone Chief Executive Paul Brennan said. The Financial Markets Authority is using a small number of fund managers to road test how they and their supervisors can review fees and value for money ahead of it becoming an annual expectation of the entire industry. In April, the FMA published guidance following a consultation paper it launched seeking feedback on proposals for KiwiSaver fees and value for money. The FMA's draft guidance, published in November, received 27 submissions before the market regulator published its final 21-page guidance in April. The full details of those stories and more are at nbr.co.nz right now. Tomorrow at NBR, a look at bubbling issues in the residential construction sector and the biggest strength of mooted vaccine passports. I'm Paul Brennan. I look forward to being with you again from around lunchtime tomorrow for the morning's NBR trending stories. Then same time, same place, right here again from around 5:30 for another NBR Today.